Hey creepers, and welcome to another week, because I can say that now, of You're Creeping Me Out, where every week we try to give each other the creeps with our favorite dark histories, mysteries, and lore. I am Carly, and I'm taking the reins today.
And I am Cherokee, and I'm learning something new.
Or not, I don't know. We're starting this podcast in October, and so I felt like it only made sense to kind of chat about Halloween and different lore, different, what's the word I'm looking for? Just things that we do around Halloween, stories that we tell. Traditions, thank you. I was like, nope, nothing's coming to mind but those things that we do. That's why there's two of us. When I started writing my notes, I was like, I'm not going to go into crazy detail, but there's like a lot of background that, you know, how this holiday came to be, what we know it as today. It starts with the Celts about 2,500 years ago. So they mostly lived in the area that's now Ireland, the UK, northern France.
My people.
Yeah. You started Halloween.
I did.
Basically.
It was me.
So their new year was on November 1st. That was, you know, the end of the nice weather, the harvest, the crops, and the end of summer. So beginning of winter, largely a time that was associated with death. And it was when the veil between the death and the living was very thin. They believed that those lines became blurred, and they celebrated Samhain. Looks like Samhain. Mm-hmm. We all kind of grew up with that. There's a band.
The band
is Samhain, right? It's pronounced
Everybody
that
calls
way?
it Samhain, yeah.
But is it Samhain?
It's supposed to be Samhain.
In real, yeah. But
like,
do you know the
what
band?
they named it after.
Okay.
It's Danzig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always ever heard them called Samhain, though.
I think it was just a bunch of dude bros that didn't really understand what it was. They were like, yeah, this is a cool Halloween thing. I don't even think they know that it's pronounced that way. Because
I was going to say, I feel like I've seen footage of them playing. It's
and
like
they say Samhain.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
Fun
idiots.
So basically, the Celts believed that the spirits came back to Earth and mingled with the people, and they were there to wreak havoc on the crops and to cause chaos. But they also had these druids, the priests, the Celtic priests, that would essentially predict the future around this time, which kind of like gave a sense of ease to these people going into the dead of winter.
To like know what's coming?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So to celebrate, everybody in the town would basically extinguish their hearths and gather to these huge bonfires that these druids, I can't say it, created. These druids.
Those are different people.
They're very different people. They would also dress up in costumes, largely animal costumes, animal heads. Unfortunately, they would sacrifice animals. They would also burn the crops and things like that to kind of, again, extinguish the summer. And they would tell each other's fortunes, and it was this whole huge thing. And at the end of the night, which I kind of love, they would all take fire from this huge bonfire and light their hearths, which would kind of protect their homes.
To pull from the...
Exactly.
Oh, I like that.
And appease the spirits.
Yeah.
So that's essentially, there's a few more things that kind of get sprinkled in there.
They actually wore animal heads on their heads. Mm-hmm. That reminds me, so Carly and I just went and saw Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey last night.
Yeah.
And there was a trailer before the movie for Anaconda.
Yes.
And that scene with Jack Black with the pig on top. I'm just imagining that.
Exactly.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, it sounds awful and like
I could see maybe like antlers, but like a full head on, or like the friends with the turkey, like inside the turkey carcass.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
It's so funny because one of my friends made a movie and one of the girls in it wears this like wolf head, but it's not real, and it's not supposed to be real in the movie. But I just like thought of that. But I was like, no, but they're like supposed to be real. Like, creeps me out. No, thank you. So that's kind of the creation of it. There were other things that happened, but we're going to talk about that later because some of them are really fun. So then by AD 43, the Roman Empire basically had taken control of the Celtic land. They also brought in their own traditions, and they merged two of the festivals with Samhain. One was Feralia. I think if you listened last week, we're not good on pronunciations.
No, it's not our strong suit. It's okay.
But basically, it was a day in late October when the Romans commemorated the passing of the dead. So very similar.
Okay,
as well as a day to honor Pomona, who was the goddess of fruit and trees. And her symbol was an apple. So that's kind of where they think that bobbing for apples came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Fast forward to May 13th, 609. Pope, I'm assuming Boniface is what I feel like how it's pronounced.
That sounds right to
me.
The fourth. He's Italian.
I'm going with it.
We got to bring
back the Italian hands. So he dedicates the Roman pantheon in honor of Christian martyrs. And so All Saints' Day is born and celebrated with this huge Catholic feast. And then Pope Gregory III added All Saints and All Martyrs to that day and moved it from May to November. So kind of like glossed over with.
I love that all of the Christian holidays started as pagan holidays.
I know. It's the best. It's the best. So by the 9th century, Christianity had basically taken over. All of the older Celtic rites have kind of been blended or replaced with the new Christian celebrations. And then in the year 1000, the church basically decrees November 2nd as All Souls' Day. And so it's similarly celebrated to Samhain, except instead of dressing up in animals, they dress up as saints, devils, angels, essentially.
Which is way better.
Less smelly, I imagine.
Yeah.
Although in the year 1000, I'm sure
everything was smelly.
Smelly, exactly. Then the celebration was changed from All Souls' Day or All Saints' Day to All Hallows, which came from the Middle English All Hallowmas is kind of like how it looks, or All Hallows Eve, and then Halloween, which is what we know. And then they brought it over into America, colonial America. There were kind of like loosely celebrations that were attached to Halloween, but in the second half of like the 19th century, when especially Ireland had the potato famine and everybody was kind of flocking to America, that's when we really see Halloween start to pick up as we know it now. It started kind of as more of a trick-or-treat situation, but then in the 1800s, they made it more family-friendly. And then by the 1920s to 1950s, they kind of brought it back to like adding more spooky things in. So
when did the slutty costumes come into
the slutty costumes? That's a great question.
When women were able to show their ankles.
Exactly.
And
when
knees.
the less
And
scandal. Exactly.
And
exactly. So over this amount of time, there's a lot of different ways that people celebrated on their own. One of my favorite things that I did not realize is that matchmaking was like a huge thing.
What do you mean? Like hooking people up?
Kind of. So because the veil between, living and dead was so thin, women believed that if they were to basically stare in the mirror and like think really hard, that they would basically see the man that they were supposed to marry.
Oh.
But the caveat is sometimes a ghost would like sneak through.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. But also they would do things like throw apple cores into the sky and like fall to the ground and see, do I know the initials of the man I'm supposed to marry? Or they would write different men's name on like nutmeg and throw it into the fire, and whichever one didn't burn up would be like
the man
for you.
Well, the apple core thing. So the apple cores were supposed to like spell out a name.
The peels.
Oh, the peels.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like reading tea leaves.
Kind of like reading tea leaves or like bones, how you throw them in the air and then
I always thought that was funny with like bones
them.
Or something that's like really stiff because like how are you ever going to get a C out of that?
Yeah.
Like, I would never be foretold to be somebody's person.
No.
Like it would be all the like the H or the K.
The K's.
Yeah.
I was kind of trying to imagine that too.
How are you going to get an O out of chicken bones thrown on the ground?
Yeah. I feel
Olivers are screwed.
Yeah. They're never going to be married.
Never.
So that was kind of like my favorite thing that I like didn't know. I feel like everything else was kind of, you've heard it before, right?
Yeah.
Trick-or-treating started as a Celtic tradition. Souling was a thing that essentially... Souling. Poor people would do.
Souling?
Yep.
Souling, okay.
They would go to wealthy homes and essentially...
And steal their souls.
Kind of the opposite. They would basically offer to pray for the souls of people that had passed in exchange for food.
Oh.
And then...
Like if we add our prayers on...
Yeah.
We're doing the Lord's work, so feed us.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then guising, which was something that I think originated in Scotland and Ireland, where people would dress up and basically like beg for food from different places.
Just because? Like, hey, look how cute I look.
Exactly.
Feed me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Were they dressing up in costumes or like dressing up?
They
like,
were dressing
fancy?
up in costumes.
So it was like they're
and like the
putting on
animal
a
thing.
show.
Exactly. So that's kind
Interesting.
of, they brought that tradition to America. And originally it was kind of like fruit and nuts and things like that. But then after World War II ended and the sugar shortage wasn't a thing anymore, that's kind of when we saw candy kind of like come into the mix, which is so fun.
I love it.
I know.
So, side note with the candy.
Yeah.
So, trick-or-treating in this neighborhood just isn't very big.
Mm-hmm.
We bought our house a few years ago, and we live in a neighborhood that like, it's very like, there's parts that are very gentrified. There's parts that are still very like, there's some houses that are like falling apart.
Yeah.
So I don't think it like really brings the kids out because it's like half the houses don't have the lights on.
Sure.
And, like our little pocket of the neighborhood does.
Yeah.
So last year I came up with a scheme. I'm like, if we give out full-size candy bars, then next year the word will spread.
Yeah.
And then our neighborhood will be hopping. The same
Yes.
thing, like we decorate our house every year with decorations and it's starting to catch on with our neighbors.
Yes.
And so last year was the first year we did the full size. So we bought some, but because we don't have that many, like we just bought one pack at Costco. It's like 35 candy bars for $30.
Yeah.
And we'll probably only give away like half of them. But I'm like,
but you're starting.
I feel like
you're starting a
hocus pocus.
tradition.
Yeah,
yeah,
luring
exactly.
the kids in. I just want to see their costumes.
And that's the
the
thing.
little ones. They're so cute. And when they're like kind of scared.
Yeah. Well, and I always think about that because trick-or-treating for me when I was little was like such a huge thing. I have always loved Halloween. I've always loved dressing up. We obviously like in school had, parades and it was always just this like really exciting time. Everybody would dress up and you'd trick-or-treat from classroom to classroom. And then obviously at night you would go out and go trick-or-treating in neighborhoods with your friends. I remember because I grew up in Chicago and just lived in a very suburban area. But then when I moved to New York, I think I was like 13, I lived in a suburban area, but then also walking distance to apartment complexes.
Oh.
And I was like, this is where we're going to get the big candy. Because literally you just walk into a building and just go
door to door.
Door to door.
But did they all give candy away?
A lot of them did.
Oh, that's good.
So like literally you just made out like a bandit.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. You can't carry your sack. So I grew up in Portland.
Yeah.
And so we would always go trick-or-treating, but it was rainy.
Yeah.
So we'd always have to wear a jacket. So you'd have to wear like a mask or makeup or something because otherwise, like I remember one year which we can't do this costume anymore, but I was like a genie, like Jasmine.
Yeah.
And it was like, midriff exposed. So I was like in a full, so you just saw my little like harem pants coming out the bottom of my like big red puffer jacket.
I was like, I should just be an Eskimo.
Yeah.
Because it's cold in Chicago a lot of times around Halloween.
But those weren't the cute costumes. When I was 10, I was a punk rocker.
Nice.
And I had like a faux leather hat and like a chain around my neck.
Yes.
It was good.
Do you remember what your first Halloween costume was?
Ooh, I don't remember the first. I think the earliest one I remember, I was a witch. And I just remember my aunt just painted, like I looked like a witch that had been like living on the streets for a while. Like I think she meant to make me look spooky, but I just looked really dirty.
Yeah.
That's the first
one
I
remember. Was it a green face witch or was it just like?
No, I think it was just like dark brown.
Amazing.
I literally looked like dirt.
That's
it was
fantastic.
like pre-contour.
What was your favorite costume?
What was your first?
My first, I don't remember this, but my parents dressed me up as Alf.
Alf?
Yeah.
How cute.
But it was like one of those costumes like in the 80s where it was like the smock, like the plastic smock that said what you were.
And then the plastic with the,
yeah.
I think that's extra funny because you have such a high-pitched voice and he had such a low voice. So like your little and your little baby voice coming out, that is real cute.
Yeah.
I'm sure I had costumes like that. There just weren't pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was born in 82. So it's like, it wasn't that much of it. Like there's lots of Christmas pictures, but not a lot of Halloween.
Yeah.
But my favorite costume, I think my favorite was what I did last year was Marie Antoinette because I did like the full hair and the whole dress and the bloody neck.
Was good.
And James was Louis the 16th and I got to do his bloody neck and that was just like the most epic.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love
how
that.
to top it. What's yours? Were you a shark?
I have been a shark.
Carly loves sharks.
I love sharks. When I was little, I did a lot of like the Disney princess. But I think one of my favorite memories, at least, is I was Lisa Simpson and my mom went as Bart. And we went trick-or-treating together.
Cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I always love when families get into it. I just didn't have a family that was like that. So
Yeah.
it was like I was always. But the funny thing is, I can't ever remember being like any kind of Disney, any kind of princess. Like there was the one year I was a genie, but that wasn't Jasmine. I think that was even before Aladdin came out.
Yeah.
And I was like a can dancer once. Like, what was that? Why was I that?
I was a pirate one year for some reason, like a pirate wench. And the only reason I think I remember that is because I went to school and there was Bobbing for Apple contest and I won. And for some reason, I just vividly remember like
Being in
wearing
that
the costume.
You're like,
when
hold
I
on,
was,
I gotta
in
flip my patch up.
second grade. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I just feel like I had so many just like random costumes. But yeah, it was never really like anything like name brand.
Yeah.
Or I was either like weird and creepy
Yeah.
or like a can dancer.
Yeah.
So random.
Last year, Eddie and I went as Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that was
that was
pretty
good.
That was pretty great.
That was good.
Because we wore the costumes to Not Scary Farm, and they're not like allowed, like the actors aren't allowed to like talk to you in real life, but they would like casually throw like dinosaur jokes at us.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and
I
it was
like
just,
that.
it was wonderful.
Couples costumes are fun.
Yeah.
I never had a partner before that likes couples costumes, and
Yeah.
James is totally into it. So this year I'm like
What are we
cooking
gonna
up what we're going to be.
Do you guys know what you're going to be?
I have a lot of ideas. My favorite, I don't know if we're going to pull it off because I don't know if we have anything to do, but I
Yeah.
really want to be Susie and the Banshees because I'll be Susie Sue
Yes.
and he will be a Banshee.
Amazing. I hope that you guys do it.
And then we just have to walk arm in arm and be like,
Yes.
yeah, we're Susie and the Banshee.
I love that. That's cute.
So I don't know. I have a few up my sleeve. Do you guys
Yeah.
have?
I think we're planning on Wayne
Wayne
and
and
Garth.
Garth. Yeah, that's right. I like that one.
It'll be good and also casual because I like doing costumes because I like going to theme parks.
Oh yeah.
On
you can't be
Halloween,
Marie Antoinette at
You
horror
can't.
nights.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's like an easy
Yeah.
one as long as I have the hat on.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. You're Garth, right?
No, I'm gonna be
you're
Wayne.
So you just all
Yeah.
night have to.
Like,
I love it. Anyways, I totally derailed your.
no,
your
this is
topic,
perfect. This
so-
is what I wanted because
Okay,
this is
good.
like all encompassing, right? Because I feel like, I don't know, I've always just loved Halloween so much and just celebrating. And one of my favorite things to do was I'd go trick-or-treating and then go home and watch like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh yeah.
Which is literally a show about telling ghost stories.
Yeah.
So,
I just remember going home and having my pile of candy, but you had to sort.
yeah.
And you had to look for holes.
Yes.
Because if there was holes, you had to throw it out
Yep.
because there was going to be razor blades in your
Yep.
candy. But I just remember sorting by like, don't like that, can trade
Yes.
that. Raisinets.
Yes.
One year there was a dentist in my neighborhood. He gave us toothpaste and toothbrushes, like little mini
There's
ones.
always one.
His house got egged.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. It's so funny because that is kind of one of the myths of Halloween is like
The candy.
the candy. And
Yeah.
there's been everything from poison in the candy to drugs in the
Yeah.
candy.
No drug addicts giving up their drugs.
I'm like,
who's giving up their drugs?
They're like so funny. Like I just remember because I used to live in Portland and they're being like, lady, I'm not giving you my like hard-earned weed, like, you know, like your kid who's not going to appreciate it.
Seriously,
Like, get out of here.
no one's dosing your kids with
No.
ecstasy or weed or whatever you think
No.
is happening.
The scariest one, though, definitely was the razor blade
Yeah,
concern.
I actually listened to a podcast all about the razor blade thing.
Really?
Yeah, it was really interesting. Do you have info on it?
Tell me.
I listened to it a while ago,
Yeah.
but I do remember that it was. Wait, was it a razor? No, it wasn't the razor blade. It was poison. So it was a dad that poisoned. He was trying to kill his kids to get insurance money. Did you
Yeah.
hear this one?
I have, because I know that there's never been a case of like
Actual poison.
strangers poisoning candies
never.
for strangers.
He was the only one, and
he gave it to the neighbor, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So he accidentally, but I think his kid was the only one that died, and the neighbor maybe. It was like 5 kids that got it because they
Yeah.
were all the kids that were trick-or-treating
Together.
But he wasn't doing it to all the kids. But he
Yeah.
like created this buzz that like someone in the neighborhood is doing it. But
Yeah.
he literally just, and it was pixie sticks.
Yeah.
It was in the pixie stick.
It's so...
And he had taken an insurance policy out like the week before on his kids.
It's so messed up.
First of all, what the fuck?
What are you thinking?
But also, like, how did you think you were going to get away with that?
It's actually crazy.
That poor mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only case of like
actual
the
poison
yeah,
candy.
And it was like aimed at
like his own kid.
Yeah.
Which is so nuts.
Ugh. But the razor blades, I don't remember.
The razor blades, were just kind of like one of those scary rumors that happened.
Urban myth, urban legend.
But I do remember, so obviously one of the things that kind of makes Halloween, jack-o'-lanterns, which we'll touch on in a second.
Yes.
But also the movies Halloween.
Yeah.
Late 70s, early 80s, and then a million more. We're still making them into this.
Halloween's the Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Yes.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a full Halloween movie.
Really?
How are we friends?
That's
one of your favorites, isn't it?
I love Halloween 3 in particular, which a lot of people would very much disagree with me on it. Because basically Halloween and Halloween 2 take place in the same night. They're both Michael Myers. Halloween 3 doesn't have Michael Myers at all.
Oh. Is that the one at the camp?
No, it's the one, so it takes place, essentially there is a company called Shamrock that creates a witch, a pumpkin, and skeleton mask. That's all the rage. There's this little song that goes, we can show the masks. They're really cute. They market it so all of the kids will buy these masks, be at home to watch TV at a certain time, and then essentially they the masks take over their faces and they kind of kill their parents or whoever.
What does that have to do with the original premise?
Literally nothing.
Oh.
It wasn't. That was kind of supposed to be the jumping off point of different Halloween movies in the franchise as being their own
So
things.
it wasn't supposed to be that Michael Myers was the Halloween franchise.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. But then obviously people were like, this sucks, bring back Michael Myers. And so all of the movies after that were all Michael Myers based.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to watch 3 then. That sounds like
fun.
I just never liked the guy walking slowly at you. Like, why? Just run.
Yeah. 100%.
And don't trip. And don't go upstairs.
Exactly. No, Halloween 3 is fun. I love it personally. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's not like a good movie, but it's just like a fun Halloween.
Demon Wind.
Exactly. My second favorite movie.
So Carly has a horror podcast, and she has seen every horror movie known to man. And so when James found this out, my husband, he was like, oh, has she seen Demon Wind? It's my favorite horror movie from the 80s. And it's the one movie she hasn't seen.
I haven't seen it.
But now it's become a thing. It's like, it's a principle.
Literally.
You just can't watch it.
Every time I see James, he's like, have you watched Demon Wind yet? And I'm like, no. Every time she comes to hang out with me, he's like,
only tell Carly hi if she's seen Demon Wind. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not telling her hi then.
So now I can never see this movie. Because then the bit will be gone. Yeah. So I'm just living life on the edge.
Demon Wind.
Yeah. Sorry. Hope it's good. You can watch it.
Oh, should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a brief break.
All right. We'll be back.
Yeah. So we've established that you need to see Halloween 3.
Yes, we have established this.
But there is a scene in that, because it kind of goes off of Halloween tropes, where a kid got a razor blade in his candy. And I think because I saw that probably when I was too young, that's always and so I was like, it's real. That's a thing that happens. But it hasn't. It hasn't happened. So jumping off of Halloween and jack-o'-lanterns, this is probably... This and the mirror marriage thing are my 2 favorite things that I learned about Halloween, and it's the origin of the jack-o'-lantern, which all comes from an Irish tale about Stingy Jack.
Okay.
Who was a drunkard.
Of course, he was Irish.
And
I am Irish. I have my Irish citizenship. I can talk shit about my people.
So he led a shifty life. And he
was Irish.
he was Irish. He tricked the devil many times, and he would make deals with the devil and then, find these loopholes. So when the devil came to collect his soul, he couldn't. Unfortunately, when he died, heaven didn't want him because he lived a shifty life. Yeah. And the devil said, you're not welcome here.
Oh,
so you can't come into hell. So he had to wander.
Oh, buddy.
Wander the earth, with nothing but a burning ember from hell.
Oh, to keep him warm?
Exactly. to just, I guess, light
to
his
lead
way.
the way. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Because he would put that burning ember into hollowed turnips.
Oh.
And essentially use that as lanterns. And so people would carve turnips to ward off and confuse Stingy Jack.
Oh.
And so when it came to America, we don't really have a lot of turnips to carve. Pumpkins were more readily available. And so that's kind of...
And more delicious.
And more delicious. Pumpkin pie.
I do love a turnip. But a turnip pie? A turnip scone?
Like a parsnip pie.
A turnip spice latte?
Could you
doesn't
imagine?
It doesn't have the same ring.
Not the same ring
No.
to it. I love a pumpkin pie.
Same.
Like...
I love pumpkin. So you can see it because you're here. But see on the counter all those bags? So we're having a Halloween craft night with all the girls.
Yes.
And so I bought all of the Trader Joe's pumpkin things. Yes. So there's like pumpkin pretzels and pumpkin cookies. And I told James, I'm like, don't touch it. He's like, you can't put it in the pantry. I'll eat it. I'm like, okay, I'm putting it on the counter. And right next to it in that little container is pumpkin bread. I love pumpkin. He's like, you're such a basic bitch. I'm like, I know.
You're like,
I am what I am.
Let me live. Yeah. I love it. I love my favorite, and you'll know because Dutch Brothers is Dutch
Portland.
Bros.
Except
is
I can't have
Portland.
coffee.
But that's true, and you can't have chai either
Caffeine.
because it's Well, they have the best pumpkin. I guess it's not syrup; it's like a sauce.
Oh, yeah, like the drizzle stuff on top.
And that's what they use for their pumpkin lattes, their chai, like everything. It is my favorite.
You know we're getting a Dutch Bros here.
I do know
I
that.
heard that on the radio.
Because there's one in Orange County.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one coming to LA. I think it's going to be on USC, like the campus.
Yeah. I think that's what they said on the radio.
That is like the one
You're
thing.
going to get your pumpkin drizzle.
Maybe not this year, but definitely next year.
I did see that Starbucks, like in their fall menu, they have it's like a pumpkin cold foam chai latte.
Oh.
It's like some sort of, but it's not just like a pumpkin latte. It's like got some sort of foam or whatever. And so for those listening or watching, I have a heart condition, so I can't have caffeine. I'm really sensitive to caffeine, but I'm going to try it because it just sounds like it tastes so good.
That was my when I lived in Portland, that was my go-to drink was an iced pumpkin chai latte. Mm-hmm. And I would have to get the large because I would drink it so fast because it's so good.
Yeah, I love it. Tazo. So, you know, like the brand that they sell at Starbucks, they have like you just mix milk into it and microwave it.
Oh.
They have
Is it like the liquid one?
Yeah, so it's like you do like a 50-50 split of whatever milk you like in the chai. So they have like a regular chai, but they do decafs. But around this time of year, they do a pumpkin decaf chai and a gingerbread decaf chai.
How's the gingerbread one?
So good.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're really good. But the only place I found them is at Target because all the other places don't do the decaf version. They only do like the full calf.
I wonder, because again, being from Portland and I've lived there, the Oregon chai.
Yeah.
Which is...
So Oregon Chai used to make a decaf.
But they don't anymore?
I have not seen it in years. It was the only brand ever that did a decaf, and then Tazo caught onto it. I love
the Oregon Chai was the good stuff, and that's what they use in all of the coffee shops up there when they make it. It's so good.
So Oregon Chai makes like a skinny chai, not as sweet chai. Like they all do all kinds, but they don't make the decaf anymore.
We have to write them a letter.
They're like, she left. We don't need to make it for her anymore.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I think.
Sons of bitches.
Personally.
Yeah.
It's just rude. It's just rude. So yeah, Stingy Jack is kind of one of my favorite.
I love that. I have never heard that story before.
Me either.
Yeah,
and I was like,
really cute.
Okay.
With his little hell ember.
Yes. Which makes
I use
even
electric
better.
Candles. It's not as good as a hell ember.
Hell electric ember.
Electric ember. I love it.
It's so good.
Maybe that's what it'll be for Halloween.
Oh my God.
Stingy Jack.
Be Stingy Jack.
Be like, what are you carrying? It's my hell ember. Lay off me.
Yes.
I'd just be like a normal person just carrying a hell ember.
Have you ever seen the movie, oh my gosh, Return to Oz?
Yes, the Wheelers. Talk about the most
Nightmare
scary.
fuel.
What were we talking? We were talking about what scared us when we were little.
Yeah.
Was that today?
Or
was that yesterday? We've seen each other too much recently.
We have.
That was one of the first things I remember really scaring
The
me.
laugh, the wheeling, everything about them.
And the witch that had all the heads in the
Mombi.
room. Yes.
Yes.
that movie, and then I love that that's Firuza Balk, who then ended up being the witch in The Craft.
She's so cute. And TikTok. So whenever anybody mentions TikTok, the app, I think of TikTok.
The little guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, pick me up.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
Where did Return to Oz come from?
Because Jack, the pumpkin man, that's what makes me think of. Like when I was reading about Stingy Jack, I just like imagined him, even though like Jack from the Jack Pumpkin is like so sweet.
And Jack Skellington.
Yes.
Same thing.
Exactly.
Well, but he's kind of dark.
He is dark, but they're
ember.
very much shaped the same, I feel like.
It's like the Ichabod Crane.
Yeah. Whereas Jack Pumpkin is more scarecrow because I feel like he's made with like twigs and things.
Yeah.
And Skellington is made with bones.
I need to like dress up as a famous Jack that's like not related to Halloween and then carry an ember.
Carry the ember.
What's
Jack
that?
Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. I can bob for apples. I'm sure I'll win.
I love it. That's the one. Yeah.
Are you Jack Sparrow? No.
No, I'm Stingy Jack.
Duh.
Get
this
out
is my
of here.
hell ember. I like it.
Oh my gosh. Did you watch Hocus Pocus when you were little at all?
Well, I don't think I was super little. What year did that come out?
It was like early 90s.
Yeah. So it came out in 93. Thank you, Siri. And I was born in 82. So I was 11 when it came out. So because I know a lot of my friends that are younger than me, like think of it as like when I was a little kid movie. And for me, it was like, I was like a preteen kind of movie. I did love it.
Yeah.
It just has like different memories for me.
Sure.
Like I just remember like thinking that Sarah Jessica Parker, I'm like, ooh, I want to be her. She's so pretty.
She is such a babe. Such a babe in that movie.
Did you see the new one?
I did.
I thought it was cute.
It is cute, and I think it was a nice little
little
hey,
topper.
we're getting together to do this.
Yeah.
I love. Oh God, what was her boyfriend's name?
I always want to call him Eddie, but his name wasn't Eddie.
His name is not Eddie, but I literally was just thinking that too.
With the hair and the...
Yeah.
I can't remember his
I can't
name.
remember either. You're screaming at us, probably.
Yeah, I know. I do this all the time when I'm listening to podcasts. I'm like, you idiot!
Oh my gosh. I'm going to look it up because...
you have to know.
I do.
Where did TikTok or Hocus Pocus come from?
Well, because I was thinking a couple things in it. That movie has absolutely gorgeous jack-o'-lanterns and things like that. But also the parties that they had. The Halloween parties. Yeah. And I love that has kind of been a Billy. His name is Billy.
That's why I wanted to say Eddie.
Butcherson.
Yes.
Yes. What a name.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love in the second one, too, how he's like a thing.
Yeah. Me too. And it's still Doug Jones.
Because he's like a beloved character.
Yeah. And I love that. Yeah.
I mean, Doug Jones is
amazing.
If nobody or anybody doesn't know, Doug Jones is a character actor. And he was like the Shape of Water creature. Mm-hmm. He was in Hellboy.
If you've watched Buffy, the creepiest episode, in my personal opinion, is Hush. And
I never watched Buffy.
Oh, man. It's a silent episode. The entire episode is silent because these creatures called the Gentlemen, who just have these like stationary smiles on their face, float through Sunnydale, and he's one of the gentlemen.
Interesting.
And it's the best. I think you could watch it as a standalone episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Like it's.
I mean, that sounds like a cool premise.
You know,
I think he would make a good Slender Man if they ever made a Slender Man movie.
Yeah.
They'd have to CG him a little bit, but he would be a good start.
He would be great.
Yeah. Doug Jones.
I feel like he's just done every, like all the Del Toro.
Anytime
isn't he like the guy?
He's the eyeball guy. Yeah. Like
yeah.
anytime you see a weird shaped character, it's probably Doug Jones.
So good.
Yeah.
I love when movies use practical effects like that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so just like, I feel like there's a lot of things in that movies. The parties, for one, which I think Halloween parties kind of became a thing in like the 20s and the 30s. But then as it we got on in the years, the 40s and the 50s, people would start to like vandalize the parties. And like they ended up getting like banished. And trick-or-treating was kind of halted.
Oh, because it was like causing too much ruckus?
Yeah, people were like vandalizing these homes, and it wasn't a good look, you know?
No.
I think it was kind of where the trick part of trick-or-treating came in, was like, oh, I'm coming to you for candy, but I'm going to egg your house.
I mean, I just think there's like a general darkness, too, that comes with Halloween.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that movie, The Purge?
Yes.
It's like the one night of the year where everyone can like kind of be bad.
Be chaotic.
Yeah.
And
maybe not kill people, but like egg someone's house.
Yeah. Which I think is so interesting now. Like, I feel like growing up when we did was such an amazing experience. We got this full thing, but I feel like people don't trick or treat that much anymore. I don't have trick or treaters, and I live in like a neighborhood as well, like ever. And I feel like I don't see them walking the streets.
I think too, there's like a safety component to
That's
it
what
now,
I mean.
where it's like it used to be like you knew all your neighbors, like it felt really safe.
Yeah.
I also know that like malls do trick or treat, and then like
City Walk does it,
and like trunk or treat, where it's just a bunch of cars and you do it out of your trunk. So I think there's like more of like
which feels sketchier,
based.
right? Like
that's
where I feel like I'm getting the drugs.
That's right, totally.
That's where I feel like we're getting the drugs.
Like, here's a pipe wrench.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, but you're right. There's definitely, but it depends on where you go, because you go to Toluca Lake.
Yeah.
Or like my friend Elizabeth, she lives in, where is she? Like Van Nuys area.
Yeah.
And they get like 400 trick-or-treaters. Like they sit out on their driveway and just have like bags of candy.
That's amazing.
And because I think in LA too, it's like you have to be kind of in a known neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And like, especially neighborhoods that really decorate, people, like kids flock to that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think for Halloween and even Christmas, where they have like the HOAs that essentially, if you live here, you have to decorate. Yeah. Which makes sense that then it would kind of like attract. So you're like not going, because there's some sketchy areas of LA. You're not going to like a total stranger's house. You're going.
Well, also too, I think especially this city, like people don't have kids like they used to.
That's
like
true.
I don't have kids. You don't have kids.
Yeah.
Amanda doesn't have, like most of our friends don't have kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we turn our light on and I love giving out candy, but like most people that don't have kids aren't into that. They don't really care. They're not participating in it. Whereas like in the 50s, everyone had kids, or even in the 80s, like it just wasn't as common to have so many like non-kids. Also, this is a party city. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people leave.
They're going
on
out.
Halloween.
I know I'm rarely home on Halloween.
Yeah. I usually stay home to do the candy, and then if I do have plans, I go afterwards.
You go after,
like last year when I did Marie Antoinette, you know, I had like a wig cap on and my face was all white, and I was wearing just like a normal outfit because I couldn't wear the dress. And every time I'd open the door, the kids, like, they didn't really know what I was. But at least it was Halloween. Yeah. But I just looked insane.
I love that though. Just people are like
unintentionally scaring kids.
Yes.
With my pre-costume.
I love that. That's so funny. I love the imagery that's kind of also connected with Halloween. We have black cats, which kind of derives from like the Middle Ages. The superstition came from people thought that witches basically would turn themselves into black cats. So not even familiars, like literally turn themselves
like Dracula into a cat.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Also, like witches on broomsticks flying through the moon, which actually I'm like trying to remember. I definitely wrote it down, but I need to find it because I'm jumping all over the place because that is my way.
Well, and it happens when we're more conversational too. It was the same when we did the Aquatofana. Like you would ask a question and then I'd answer it and then I'd lose myself in my notes and then I'd.
Exactly.
That's what
like
happens when you have two people talking about one topic.
Essentially, where that kind of came from is on full moons, farmers would like go out with like brooms and not like on stilts, but something like that. And it kind of created like the silhouette. And so like I don't know where it like defaulted into like witches, but like that's literally like where that comes from, which it makes me laugh because it makes me think of like men going out in like their cornfields to like scare away.
Yeah, and then it turns into this whole witchy
this whole
lore.
Witch thing, which is so funny.
But I mean, it's such a cool image.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that from the beginning of Samhain to where we're at now, there have been so many times where they've tried to remove that supernatural element or remove like the witch
evil
aspect
part of
to it. Yeah. But it just keeps coming back.
Pervasive.
And now I feel like more than ever. I mean, you go to where Hocus Pocus was filmed, Salem.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Huge, like a moneymaker. They do everything.
We were just talking about that, James and I, because some friends of ours are going to New Orleans for Halloween. And for me, I think that would be my nightmare. I'm like, because New Orleans is always kind of creepy and seedy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can go there any time of year. Why would you want to go
I feel
when
that
it's
way
like
about Salem.
amateur hour? And that's we're like, it's like going to Salem on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, go any other time of the year because it's always going to be what it is. Like,
Yeah.
Salem's always going to have the dark, spooky. They're always going to have the little witchy stores.
Exactly.
New Orleans is always going to have the absinthe bars and all those things. But why would you want to go when it's like everybody's out just being the worst and wasted and all the kids,
Yeah.
and not kids, but like young adults that are like kids to us.
I also feel like
we're
it's
old.
so sketchy, just in general.
Yeah, 100%.
Because of that.
Yeah. Because it's going to attract people that want to mug and rob. And like, it's so touristy.
Yeah. I grew up, so my grandparents lived in Massachusetts, and they lived in a town called Danvers, which I've never looked this up, but I remember hearing that Danvers is actually where Salem was originally. But then obviously, like, it's now elsewhere.
Yeah.
And so I always used to go to like the Witch Museum, the House of the Seven Gables, and like that whole area. And so that's kind of what I imagine when I think of Salem. And then I see pictures of it from Halloween, and I'm
And
like,
it's so,
that's my nightmare.
yeah, it's too much.
That's my legitimate nightmare.
So when I was in school, I don't know if they do it anymore, but it was like a program for like, they called it TAG, Talented and Gifted. So like I would have, like, for a couple hours every day, they would pull me out of the normal class, and then I would go to like learn like more accelerated things.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was like, they taught you how to do research. I was in like second grade, I think, when I first started it. And they would teach you how to research and teach you how to critical think and all these different things. But one of the big things every year that we did was we got to do our own book report on whatever topic we wanted. And then we'd have to get up in front of the class and give a presentation and a speech. And so it, taught us all of those things.
Yeah.
So I chose to do mine on the Salem witch trials in second grade. And I dressed up like a witch to do my little presentation.
I love that.
Was my book report was the Salem.
I think I did something similar.
Yeah.
And I just remember, I think it's because I went to Salem with my grandparents, and I just remember there's an area that obviously it's not where it happened, but they have an area like set up where like the stonings, like, to commemorate.
Yeah.
And there's like a whole huge circle on the bottom with like all the witches' names. And it's just like such a cool, like fascinating, sad time. But like, I'm happy that we're not, there.
Yeah. Oh, I would for sure be killed as
I would
a
have,
witch.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, especially because it's like literally the traps that they would put you in. Like,
yeah, and if you were different, if you were a free thinker, like anything would make you a witch.
if you looked at someone's husband the wrong way,
Yeah.
like immediately.
She's a witch.
Yep. And then they're like, okay, we're going to drown you in this lake. And if you die, you weren't
then
a witch.
you weren't a witch.
Yeah.
But if you live, we're
You're a
going to kill you.
witch. Exactly. It's like, okay, so literally there's no winning
no way
here.
out.
Yeah.
Ah.
But I love the different spaces like that are kind of celebrated and huge around Halloween. So we have Salem, we have New Orleans, and also Sleepy Hollow, the legend of Sleepy Hollow. So, which is like a 1820 short story written by Washington Irving. And I like that he used facts and fiction to kind of create this space. And I think one of my favorite things is, because I feel like I'm just constantly being like, I lived in this place, I lived in that place, but I lived in New York, in Westchester, and right down from Tarrytown, which is kind of adopted the Sleepy Hollow name to the point where they changed their name to Sleepy Hollow in 1996.
Oh, that's cool.
And so around Halloween, they do the whole like Headless Horseman, like walk down the thing. And I love placing things like that. I just think it's so cool. And the legend of Sleepy Hollow is so fascinating because that imagery of Ichabod Crane and then the Headless Horseman is just like so cool.
It very much is.
Yeah.
Tim Burton, Sleepy Hollow was so good.
So beautiful.
Like the imagery in that was so perfect.
Yeah. It's so funny because my mom got me this like reversible jacket, and one of the sides is like like black and white stripes. That's kind of like her dress at the end of that. And I almost wore it today, but I totally forgot. I would have been sweating even though I'm wearing a sweater.
That's one Halloween costume I've always wanted to do, is her in that movie. But I'm like, I would have to find a seamstress to make that dress.
So,
and it would be hot.
I think was it Pinup Girl clothing or Vixen
Vixen,
clothing?
she does a lot of.
She did a
movie-
collaboration with
She did a
Sleepy Hollow.
Crimson Peak one too. Yeah, did she do that dress?
And yeah, she did the dress.
Oh,
Yeah, and it
maybe
was
I'll try
gorgeous.
to track it down.
Yeah. I felt that way about, she also did Creature from the Black Lagoon and the white bathing suit.
Oh,
And I keep missing it. It like went on pre-sale and then it sold out. And I was just like, not meant to be, I guess.
nope. You have the creature on your sweater.
I do. From the TheCherryDollface shop.
Thanks for the
It's a
plug.
little plug. I bought it today.
Yeah, if anyone's looking for spooky things to wear, I am selling a bunch of Halloween themed things on my shop on Instagram right now.
I love that.
Oh, and speaking of Instagram, we have an Instagram.
We do.
So I listened to this podcast called Ain't It Scary, and I keep wanting to say that, but that's not our podcast at all. It's You're Creeping Me Out. You're Creeping Me Out is our Instagram. So go follow us. And
Yes.
if you're listening when we have any kind of imagery related to what we're talking about, like you said something earlier, the masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have some fun things for you to see there.
Yeah. I don't have like an official ending. I just kind of, wanted to chat about all the weird things that Halloween has brought us.
I
And
love it.
the
I feel like
ghost
we could do
tales.
8 podcasts on just Halloween related things. But the good thing is
Yeah.
we're a creepy podcast.
Exactly.
So it's Halloween every day.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing is like, I feel like there's a lot of things that we think about around Halloween, but that as I started to like research them more, I was like, oh, this is just its own thing. But like, because we tell ghost stories around Halloween,
Then you pull out the creepy
exactly. And I
things.
was like, oh, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that.
I think it's funny because I think because of how I look and I'm into dark things and all of that, everyone's like, oh, Halloween must be your favorite. And I do really love Halloween, but
Yeah.
I'm much more of a Christmas person.
You are.
But I think it's because I live Halloween.
Yeah.
Like I've always had like really dark aesthetic and I
Yep.
dress dark and I have lots of tattoos and I have depression. So every day is Halloween in my life.
My whole life is a dark room.
Yeah, one big dark
room.
We wanted to name our podcast that, and then we realized that there was already one named that. We
Yeah.
also wanted to name our podcast "We Are the Weirdos, Mister," and
Yep.
there's already a podcast named that. We had a lot of good ideas.
We did.
but we settled on "You're Creeping Me Out,"
It's
which I think
true.
is good.
I do too. But yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, it's like it's fun, but for me, it's like
well, you
it just
also
feels
because
like
of your heart condition, you don't.
I can't do jump scares.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. During Halloween, all my friends are going to horror nights and not Scary Farm and the haunted hayride.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, see you at craft night.
Exactly.
I'll be
Which
over
we
here
love
drinking
craft
my
night.
decaf pumpkin chai latte.
I always joke that because I'm a hermit, I love watching movies, and
But
so
not
I'll,
at Halloween.
No, I'm like,
I can't pin you down. When
Yeah.
we were trying to find a date to record our October podcast, she
Yeah.
was like, it's going to be kind of crazy.
I know. I was like, let's just put something on the books, and if we need to change it, we'll change it because it's like the one. I feel like I train all year. I get sleep all year just for the month of October.
You're like lifting a barbell, but it's like
Exactly.
2 pumpkins
Yeah.
on it.
with my hell
Your
ember.
hell ember. Exactly.
That's me. Yeah. So
Well, I'm excited for November because
Me too.
I'm going to pull out, I think, some Thanksgiving related history
I mean,
content.
the Puritans. We could go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do need to do our creepiest thing of the week.
We do.
So do you want me to do mine first?
Yeah. Because mine's weird.
Mine is not very weird. It's just we went to Home Depot. So we're remodeling a bathroom. So we went to Home Depot yesterday. And first of all, they have all these like anatomical like opposable skeletons. So I made all of their middle fingers stand up because
Perfect.
why wouldn't I? Because
wouldn't
I'm
you?
always 15. But they have this new thing at Home Depot and it is a giant scarecrow. And I think I was telling you about this
Yes.
yesterday. So everybody knows the giant skeleton
Mm-hmm.
is like 12 feet, but the giant scarecrow is like 18 feet. It is the biggest thing I have ever seen. It's only $300, which I think is crazy cheap.
That's a
Because I
steal.
think the skeleton is the same price, and the scarecrow is way bigger. It has clothes. It lights up and like rah, like does things because there's
Yeah.
a little button I push. But I can't imagine where anybody would ever be able to store this monstrosity of a scarecrow. So if anybody out there has the scarecrow, please tell me all about it.
And I want to see it in action. So
Yeah.
please like send us a video.
Yeah, I want to see it in somebody's yard. I feel like it might catch on. I hope it's going to be the next like giant skeleton because it's ridiculous.
I love the giant skeleton, and I love that people leave it up year round.
Yeah, and like put a Santa hat on it. I love when people make scenes with all the
Yes.
skeletons. I think it's really like I saw one where they did so like the Army of Darkness where they have him like all the little mini hymns.
Yes.
And they did that with the skeleton and then like the little mini skeletons.
Oh, that's so
good. And they put a chainsaw on his hand.
Oh, it's
was
amazing.
real cute.
There's a house that I pass by. It might even be like a store, but it kind of looks like a house that I drive by in Burbank. And it like on the roof, it's like this,
it's like a thoughtful skeleton.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so my creepiest thing of the week is that giant scarecrow because it's very cool and very creepy and everybody should go buy it and send us pictures.
Yes.
What is your creepiest thing of the week?
My creepy thing is a true crime thing. It is something that I did not go searching for. I had no idea who anybody involved was before it started popping up on like my Twitter feed and my Instagram feed. And that's literally all of the information that I have about it. Obviously, we're posting this probably about a month after we're recording, so there might be more information that I'm not going to speak about. But it was basically, I started seeing news articles about a Tesla that was found with like a body in the back.
Yes, with the rapper guy.
The rapper David.
Yeah.
So his name is D4VD, right? From what I understand, he was a Twitch streamer that started making music so he wouldn't get dinged, like, or charged or flagged for copyrights.
Oh.
But apparently like his music is like really good. I don't know. I've never listened to it, but
I don't know. I've only seen like some articles about, I had no idea who he was. He's young.
Yeah, he is. I think 20s, like mid 20s maybe. But anyway, it was found in his Tesla. The body was found in his Tesla. Apparently it's this girl that he was dating at the time. She went missing. She's like 15.
This is what
she's been missing for a year. They met when she was 11.
Yes. And so they keep saying she's 15, but I'm like, was she 15 when she died or would she be 15 now?
I think she would be 15 now because I feel like she was 14 when she went missing in 2024.
So I heard she was 13.
Interesting. See?
But I mean, either way, she's young, it's crazy, and he's in his 20s, so it's inappropriate either way. They have matching tattoos.
Yes, and he like wrote songs that were released while she was still alive, but like about killing her, like killing someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the name of the song was like her name or something connected to her.
It was something like romantic homicide or something like that. That's not what it is, but it was something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. He would like release songs on her birthday.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's right. That song came out on her birthday.
And like
the romantic homicide that's not called that song.
It's wild.
Yeah.
And people are like, I'm like, okay, well, what other than, because I guess he reported the car missing. He also reported her missing.
But the car was found
at
a place he had just been.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that was the last that I heard.
Yeah. Apparently she like went out to get snacks and then like disappeared. I don't know if that's true. Again, I haven't done no research on this. This is not fact-based at all. I just have been seeing.
Yeah. It's been in a lot of like the celebrity gossip.
And like when I'm scrolling, it's just like randomly pops up with
your
like
algorithm now
internet detectives.
Caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's what I'm curious about is, has she been missing and alive this whole time and he just killed her and put her in the car? Or
that's
somebody
what I'm
did?
wondering also.
Or was it like a year-old body that someone then threw in his car?
Which would be weird because I don't think the car had been missing for that long.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just missing. So like where has she been this last year?
From what I understand is she would constantly run away to like be with him. And so like there was a time where she ran away to be with him, then she got brought back home and then she left again. And this second time is the time that she like, I guess, disappeared. So there's obviously speculation about him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been arrested yet, and apparently he's still on tour.
Yeah.
And then also...
They've just questioned him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's cooperating as well. But then also, like, speculation of, like, was this just a random thing? Like, and so it's just... That's my spooky thing, because there's just so many questions.
It is very strange.
Yeah.
So I think... Because we always post about the topic we're talking about the week it happens. So maybe on our Instagram, when we do post this podcast, we'll post an update.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What happened.
Yeah.
So you can go to our Instagram.
If there's been any
and
updates.
See. Yeah. Also, one thing, too, that I kind of want to specify is this is not a true crime podcast.
No.
Like, our aim is not true crime. Even when I'm talking in my history, like, there may be, like, Aqua Tofana obviously was a serial killer ring.
Yeah.
But not true crime in the kind of modern vein of true crime.
Yeah.
But sometimes our creepy thing is going to be true crime.
Exactly.
Because
like
crime is creepy.
last episode, my creepy thing was a movie.
Yeah.
But this just like keeps popping up that I'm like, every time I think of something spooky, I'm like, that is really
that was
spooky.
a good one. Teenage murder is
it's the song. I think it's the song for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That should have been the name. Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm done. You
Same.
done?
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, creep it real.
Creep it real.